Devastating fire broke out at the Lahorijan vegetable market around 9 p.m. on Wednesday, ravaging 14 to 15 shops. Directorate of Health and Family Welfare Kohima announced that the General Nurse and Midwife (GNM) course would be discontinued from 2025 to 2026 academic session. Residents of Hebron 1 Ward Middle Sector in Peck Town came together to repair a 300-meter stretch of road using scrap blacktop material. Army Recruitment Officer ARO Rangapahar conducted an outreach program in Wokha District, Nagaland on 2 July 2025. NHM Nagaland organizes one-day training program on free diagnostic services for laboratory technicians in Kohima. Hello viewers, you're watching Nltv English Primetime. This is Shamita Singha. Here is the news in details. RTI activist Robert Solo and senior advocate Imti Longchar slammed Nagaland's AG office over bribery and delay allegations. They criticized the absence of PIO and refusal to accept RTI applications, calling it illegal and a violation of public rights. Solo warned of legal action and public protest while Longchar urged victims to come forward, stressing that justice has no expiry. He also urged police to provide bribery claims involving pension files clearances. We have a report on this through reporter Motam Jin. Let's have a look.
PIO ito to hoile to mandatory hobo lage. There are certain areas where PIO they may refuse to give answers. Ito dole in defense khan hoile bi national security khan. Kintu AG department is as such. Man dango department de hoile to PIO nai goile to. Ito to definitely something very wrong. Tate PIO to hoile to ekta hen hoye kine bishi thakibole lage. Because it's a huge department. Aro ito PIO to hole ahi kene department laga within department laga bi sabo. Kintu dusra department kami pura ahi ase to. To anika jaga de PIO ito information dibole para nai gole to ito to takhan laga bishi gholti hoise. Aro AG department to hole to public laga view laga to public phana anika sa to hole to good book te na thake. Takhan laga khali biya kahani ami kanu huni thake. ইতিয়া তকতে হলে তো আমি একজন মানুবি ইটো এজি ডিপার্টমেন্ট হলে তো ভাল আছে তাখান অনেস্ট পৰা কাম কৰি আছে একজন মানুবি মই কেনে কোৱাটো মই শুনিয়া নাই দে ইমান মানুহ কাম কৰি না আহাদে এজি দে কিনিকা মানুহ খান যাইনে কাম কৰি থাকে হ আৰু এজি দে কাম কৰি থাকা খান ইদন তাখান খ্ৰীষ্টিয়ান আছে না নন খ্ৰীষ্টিয়ান আছে না কিনিকা মানুহ খান আছে কিলে গলে তো ইটো হিউম্যান ভ্যালুজ তো লৈ তো পুৰা হাৰাই দেই কিনে যায় কিনে AG de bohi jai neki koi na manhon itubi koi thake aro anika department de PIO nai gwa do hole to I feel that there should be many PIOs khali ekta he nohoy bishi PIO thakibo lage aro pensioners khan do hole to apuni ekta lotha manu laga nam mention kori thaka to hole to I think he is not a very big officer. Those big officers or bureaucrats khan do hole to without any trouble takhan la pension la kagos khan aram ra hoi jay moi ekta officer laga kahani huni je তো পেনশন আদো কিনিকা থাকিছে হৈছিলে মই নহোৱাকে দে পেপাৰ খান পুৰা ৰেডি কৰি থাকিছে আৰু মই পেনশন হৈ যাইছে তো বহি থাকাৰ না কাগজ খান আহি যাইছে আৰু এভৰিথিং ইজ ডান সাফা হৈ যাইছে হইলিবি আহি কিনে অৰ্ডিনাৰী সিটিজেনছ খান আৰু ছোট মোটো কাম কৰি থাকে খান ইটো খান তো হইলে তো তাই খান লাগাতে হলে তো কাগজ খান তো বানা লাগাতে বেছি দিগদাৰ আছে না কৈ থাকে আৰু ইটো আনকে হাৰেস কৰিব গলে তো গভৰ্ণমেন্ট লাগাতে আমি গান আইনা চাইছো গলে তো হারেস করবলে রাস্তা বেশি আছে কাম করে কিনে আহিয়াতে একটা ছোট ওলা ক্লেরিক্যাল মিস্টেক হয়ে যাইছে কইলেবি ফর এক্সাম্পল একটা ফুল স্টপ নহলেবি কমা লিখি কিনে আহিয়াতে একটা স্পেলিং মিস্টেক হইছে কইলেবি ইটো নিমিতে বি পেনশনার সঙ্গে হারেস করবলে পারে এন্ড দেন আই হোপ সাচ কাইন্ড অফ থিংস আর নট প্র্যাকটিস কিন্তু ইতিয়া চাই থাকা দলে নাও আই হ্যাভ এ রিজন টু বিলিভ দ্যাট দে আর ডুইং দ্যাট কিলে গলে ফুল অফ কমপ্লেইন্টস আৰু AG ডিপার্টমেন্ট থাকে তো হলে তো গভর্নমেন্ট লাগা এনেকা জেনুইন ওয়ার্কার সঙ্গে মদব করব নিমিতে আছে তাখান মতে ট্যাক্স কৰি না খাবলৈ নিমিতে নহয় আৰু ইতিয়া তো শুনি আছে কি এইটো কাহিনী তো হলে তো বাহারে না যাইলে বি ভাল লাগা কিলে গলে আমি খালা নাম একদম বিয়া কৰি দিয়া লদল মুদু মাঙি কিনে পেপাৰ খান পাস কৰিবলৈ আনা কৰি থাকালা এলিগেশন এইটো আহি থাকা তো এইটো কাৰণে PIO তো আনিকা নাই গৈছে গ'লে তো immediately they should set up আৰু in AG department there should not be only one PIO but there should be many PIOs আৰু এইটো ইনফৰমেশ্যনটো হ'লেতো আমি খান লগা এইটো আমি খান লগা ফাণ্ডামেণ্টেল ৰাইটছ আছে তো আৰু তাখন এইটোতো আমি আনকে নাদিব গ'লেতো হ'লে I warn them I also will drag them to the court তাখন আনিকা এইটো ইনফৰমেশ্যনটো নাদিব গ'লেতো হ'লে আমি খান এতিয়া কাম বেছি যাই আছে এতিয়া হ'লে আৰু আহিনে এতিয়াতো ইনভলভটো কৰিবলৈ মন নাই কিন্তু এতিয়া চাই থাকিয়াতে হ'লেতো আনিকা হ'লে আমি খান চুপচাপ হ'ব নাপাৰিব নেকি কিলে গ'লেতো এতিয়া আমি খান লগা churches hobi civil societies kan hobi we are ignoring the poorest people we don't have any compassion for
The taxi verification drive by Angami Youth Organization and All Nagaland Taxi Association, which started on June 24, 2025, ended on July 2 after a 3-day extension. A total of 1,785 taxis in Kohima were verified. Only taxis with official stickers are now allowed to operate. Some drivers who registered did not complete verification and must clear pending documents before they can resume services. AYO will hold a press briefing soon to share a detailed report and next steps for compliance and safety. We have a report on this through reporter Soshila. Let's have a look.
Angami Youth Organization aro All Nagaland Taxi Association kan initiate kurigena taxi verification drive to 24 June 2025 pra loina thagise. Edu jo tahan 1 week karne edu verification drive thagise inau kurigena aro manu khan do bishi ahina thagya karne tahan 3 days aro extend kurigena aji last day hoise to edu laga oborde amian huta hudi kurigena thagya time di janibo parise ki 1785 total taxi do verification kurigena ase koina idu man janibo parise aro itia dahan All Nagaland Taxi Association khan bari dahan lodi kotha gura time di hunio parado tahan itia do tahan comments kan igu diwole na pari hoile bi idu after some few days tahan press briefing di na detail ba man ki sob ki janai dibo ina guise aro idu oborde tahan idu bi guise ki kumba verification noloi na thagya han taxi gan thagya han do idu han laga do
A massive landslide has struck a crucial stretch of National Highway 02 NH2 between Kohima and Mao, disrupting the movement of essential goods and passenger vehicles bound for Manipur. The landslide occurred at Pesama village, cutting off a key lifeline between Nagaland and Manipur. The National Highways and Infrastructure Development Corporation Limited (NHIDCL) is working to restore the damaged section, but significant damage means restoration will take time. Traffic diversions have been implemented for light and medium vehicles, with alternative routes identified for heavy vehicles up to 3-axle load, including Dimapur, Jharnapadni, Jaluki, Peren, Maram, Imphal 293 km, and Dimapur, Kohima, Chakabama, Jasami, Ukhrul, Imphal 372 km. Authorities from Manipur and Nagaland are working closely to mitigate the disruption and expedite road restoration. The Directorate of Health and Family Welfare Kohima announced that the General Nurse and Midwife GNM course would be discontinued from the 2025 to 2026 academic session. It upgraded 3 schools of nursing into colleges of nursing at Kohima, Dimapur, and Mokokchung. These colleges will now offer BSc nursing programs through CUET UG. A total of 100 seats were allocated, Kohima 20, Dimapur 40, and Mokokchung 40. Candidates were advised to follow updates from the Directorate of Technical Education. Shri Guatilotep, Additional Chief Engineer and Mission Director of Swachh Bharat Mission Gramin, and Shri Martem Suti Imchen, SDO, represented Nagaland at the National Rural Sanitation Workshop and SBMG Phase 2 review held at the India Habitat Center in New Delhi. The workshop brought together representatives from all state and union territories to assess progress, share best practices, and discuss strategies for accelerating sanitation coverage. The Nagaland delegation actively participated in technical session on sustainability, solid and liquid waste management, and community participation. They even reaffirmed the center's commitment to achieving an open, dedication-free, defection-free ODF plus India through collaborative implementation and robust monitoring, emphasizing the importance of local leadership, climate-smart innovation, and sustainability in rural sanitation. The Army Recruitment Office ARO Rangapahar conducted an outreach program in Wakhat District, Nagaland on 2 July 2025 to boost awareness about recruitment opportunities in the Indian Army. Held in coordination with Jawahar Navodaya Vidyalaya and the 24 Nagaland Battalion NCC, the event saw participation from over 400 cadets and 75 students, including 50 girls. Officials briefed attendees on the Agnipath scheme, officer entry routes like NDA, IMA, OTA, MNS, WMP, TA and SSB processes. They also explained eligibility, application procedures and changes in the 2025 to 2026 recruitment cycle. Informational materials were distributed and key Army representatives interacted with school and NCC officials. The National Health Mission Nagaland, in collaboration with the Regional Resource Center from Northeastern States, organized a one-day training program on free diagnostic services for laboratory technicians in Kohima. Held at the Directorate of Health and Family Welfare Conference Hall, the initiative aims to enhance laboratory technicians' capacity to provide quality, accessible, and timely diagnostic services under the government's free diagnostic program. Health officials and technical experts attended the program, which is expected to benefit primary and secondary health centers, ensuring early diagnosis and better treatment outcomes for patients in rural areas. The training covers topics such as laboratory safety, sample collection, internal quality control, and EQAS for laboratories. Residents of Hebron Ward Middle Sector in Peck Town came together to repair a 300-meter stretch of road using scraped blacktop material, making it more pedestrian-friendly during the monsoon season. Faced with deteriorating road condition, the community voluntarily contributed funds to carry out the maintenance work. The material was sourced from a nearby highway construction project and was crushed and laid to improve road quality. The project, which took a month to complete, required 27 trips of material transported using a pickup truck. The sector thanked local MLA Kuzoluzo Nieno and the Peck Sathari Road Construction Project team for providing free machinery support, and YouTuber Kushe Naga Vlogs for documenting the community effort. A devastating fire broke out at the Loharjan vegetable market around 9 p.m. on Wednesday, ravaging 14 to 15 shops, including a godown at the back of the premises. The blaze spread rapidly, destroying goods and property, and even engulfed a tailoring shop, burning machines and materials. Estimated losses amount to several lakhs. Fortunately, no injuries or casualties were reported. The exact cause of the fire remains unclear, but initial reports suggest it originated with the bazaar area. Firefighters from Assam and Nagaland responded swiftly, controlling the flames after several hours of intense report. We have a report on this through reporter Moilong. Let's have a look.
কেনেকা ওলাইছে কোৱাটো এটুকা আমি খান ৰাতিতে এৰাউণ্ড 9 জুইটো জ্বলিছে আমি খান দোকান বন্ধ কৰি দিছে বন্ধ কৰাৰ পিছতে আমি খান মইতো যাইছে আৰু তাই খান যাবলৈ ওলাই আছে হলে পিছতে বেক সাইডে জুই ওলাই আছে ওপৰ পৰা এতিয়া ওপৰ পৰা জুই ওলাই আছে এটা কোবন বেক সাইডতে যিমান আছিল গোডাউন আছিল 9টা গোডাউন আছিল আৰু 14-15 দোকান আছিল আৰু এতিয়া কালিতো আমি খান বন্ধ কৰাৰ পিছতে জুইটো ওলাইছে গোডাউন সাইড পৰা ওলাইছে এতিয়া আমি কেনে ক'ব কত পৰা শিওৰলি ওলাইছে কই কিনে না কেনেকা ওলাইছে তো আমি খান বি শিওর ক'ব না পারে ওলাটো গোডাউন সাইড পৰাই ওলাইছে এটা কেনেকা ওলাইছে তো আমি খান ক'ব না পারে
তো কারেন্ট বি থাকিছে টাকা নাই
কারেন্ট লাটো জুইলা পইলাটো থাকিছে হলেবি ওটো টাইমতে আমি মই একচুয়ালি ঘর যাইছিল মই বন্ধ কৰি কিনে ঘর যাইছিল তাতে পৰা মই কল আইছিলে আহা পিছতে আমি খান আইছে এতিয়া চিয়ৰ ক'ব নাপাৰে না আমি বিকিলে মই ঘৰত পঞ্চি যাইছিলে উটো চাইডলা ফেচটো আলাগ আছে মইলা ঘৰলা ইটোলা ফেচটো আলাগ আছে
আচ্ছা তো এস্টিমেট কিমান নিচিনা আপনি লছ হৈ কিনা আছে
এষ্টিমেট কোৱাটো আমি খানলা এইটো বেক চাইডতে এইটো ফেক্টৰী বি একটা আছে এইটো কাপড়ালা ফেক্টৰী আছে তাই লাগা বি মেচিন খান জ্বলিছে ইয়াতে হোটেল আছে হোটেল জ্বলিছে এইটো পান দোকান আছে পান দোকান বি জ্বলিছে আমি খানলা সবজি মার্কেট আছে আর মহিলা গ্রোসারি আছে মহিলা রাশনলা আইটেম আছে ফ্রুটস লাগা বি আছে তো সব মিলাই কিনে এরাউন্ড 16-17 lakhs নিচিনা হ'ব কিলে ফেক্টৰী বি আছে আৰু আমি খানলা গোডাউন 9 আছে গোডাউনতে সব সামান থাকিছে তো এনে এরাউন্ড 20 লাখ ভিতৰতে হ'ব 20 lakhs ভিতৰতে হ'ব আমি খানলাটো দোকানটো কোৱাটো আমি দোকানটো 14-15 দোকান থাকিছে
আপনি এটা চুই ওলা দাম দে লাইক কোনবি থাকিছা থাকা নাই কোনবি জখম কান একো পাইছ না পানে
দোকান জখম লা কোৱাটো মানুহ খানকে জখম হোৱা নাই কিলে ইয়াতে তো ঘৰ মানুহ থাকাটো নাই সব দোকানী আছে আৰু গোডাউনি আছে দোকান মানুহ খানি আছে আমি খান বন্ধ কৰি কিনে বাহিৰতে ওলাই যাইছে ইটো ঈশ্বৰৰ পৰা আছে কি মানুহ খানকে একো হোৱা নাই ঈশ্বৰৰ পৰা মদত আছে ফায়াৰ ব্ৰিগেড ষ্টাৰ্টিংতে আমি খান নাগালেণ্ড লা হেল্প বেছি পাইছে কিলে নাগালেণ্ড ওচৰতে আছে ফোন কৰাৰ পিছতে আমি খান দুইটা জায়গাতেই ফোন কৰিছে নাগালেণ্ড লাই ফোন কৰিছে আসাম লাই ফোন কৰিছে আমি খান নাগালেণ্ড ওচৰতে আছে তো নাগালেণ্ড পৰা আমি খান ফাৰ্ষ্ট পাইছে নাগালেণ্ড পৰা পানী খতম হৈছে উঠু পিছতে এইটো বি বেক সাইড লগতে আসাম লাগা বি আহি যাইছে তো আমি খান দুইটা সাইড পে হেল্প পাইছে ওলে বি হেল্প পাইছে কলে বি একো বি বাঁচাব পারে না আমি খান একো বি বাঁচাব পারা নাই মহিলা দোকানতে একটা কাগজ বি বাঁচাব পারা নাই একো বাঁচাব পারা নাই কিলে মানে জুইটো ফট ওলাই যাইছে
Viewers will be back after a short break. Welcome back, viewers. You are watching Nltv English Primetime. The Deputy Commissioner of Longlang, W. Manpai declared Pongching and Hamilkong villages as infected zones after African swine fever was confirmed. A 1-kilometer radius was marked as the infected area and 10-kilometer radius as the surveillance zone. Authorities banned pig slaughter, transport, and trade in the affected areas to prevent the disease from spreading. Additional Deputy Commissioner Alongtiman Jamir has issued a strict directive prohibiting the unlawful dumping of animal carcasses at the Longlang Town Council's municipal dumping site, citing significant public health hazards and environmental pollution. The order emphasizes the need for scientifically approved disposal methods such as incineration or deep burial, as per Central Pollution Control Board guidelines. Violators will face legal penalties under the Environment Protection Act and Solid Waste Management rules. The move aims to promote sustainable environmental practices and prevent pollution in Longlang. NTPC launched the 4th edition of its Girl Empowerment Mission GEM 2025 at its Bongaigaon plant in Assam's Kokrajhar district. The month-long program from July 1 to 30 aimed to empower 40 underprivileged girls aged 10 to 12 through life skills training, leadership development, and holistic education. Inaugurated by Kokrajhar DC Masanda M. Pertin and NTPC's Arnab Maitra, the initiative promoted gender equality and community upliftment. Since 2018, GEM has benefited over 12,700 girls nationwide. The All Kachar Karmiganj Hailakandi Students Association ACKSA declared Gaurav Gogoi persona non grata in Barak Valley unless he issues a public apology for the alleged bottle attack on the Assam CM convoy. ACKSF Chief Advisor Rupam Nandi Purkayastha accused Gogoi of failing as APCC President and warned against terror-style protests in Assam. Soundbite says that this is not Kashmir, we will not allow terror-style protests here. If Gaurav Gogoi does not apologize, he will not be allowed to enter Barak Valley. Three prominent civil society organizations from Manipur, including the Coordinating Committee on Manipur Integrity (COCOMI), All Manipur United Clubs Organization (AMUCO), and the Federation of Civil Society Organization (FOCS), met with the Union Ministry of Home Affairs official in New Delhi on June 30. They emphasized that any political solution to the state's ethnic unrest must preserve Manipur's territorial integrity. COCOMI convener Khuraijam Athoba stated that the territorial boundary of Manipur is non-negotiable, and any solution must safeguard the state's geographical and administrative unity. The delegation also highlighted humanitarian and security concerns such as the plight of internally displaced persons and restriction on mobility and farming in conflict-sensitive areas. The Communist Party of India Marxist has announced a statewide protest on July 4, alleging massive irregularities in the procurement and distribution of GIR cows under the Garukhuti Multipurpose Agricultural Project in Assam. CPIM State Secretary Suprakash Talukdar accused the Assam government of financial misconduct and demanded a time-bound judicial inquiry by a sitting or retired judge. The party highlighted contradiction in figures and data, including discrepancies in the number of cows imported, distributed, and reported dead. They also called for the removal of Cabinet Minister Jayanta Malla Barua, citing suspicions on a disproportionate rise in income at his wife's farm, potentially linked to Jal Jeevan Mission funds. Angry over poor road conditions, residents of Kamala Sagar Assembly constituency in Tripura Sepahi Jilla district protested by blocking the main road from Uttam Bhakta Chaumani to Fultali Pandavar Itbhata Chaumani. They complained that MLA Antara Sarkar Dev has absent despite repeated promises and had only passed once in a vehicle without addressing the issue. The locals placed bamboo barricades on both sides, refusing to clear the blockade until the 4-kilometer road is repaired. The damaged road causes severe hardship with waterlogging after rains and children unable to attend school. The protest intensified after a young man overturned his bike on the road and was seriously injured. The Tripura Human Rights Commission (THRC) took suo motu cognizance of 2 alleged ragging cases in hostels in West and Khowai district and directed the DGP and district magistrates to submit inquiry reports by July 24. One case involved Umakanta Academy in Agartala, where students were allegedly subjected to physical and mental harassment. Tribal Welfare Minister Bikas Debarma visited the hostel and warned of strict action if the claims were true. The second case was reported from Jawahar Navodaya Vidyalaya JNV in Khowai, where a class 9 student fled the hostel after alleged abuse by seniors. He later filed a police complaint. THRC Chairperson Justice Arindam Lord ordered authorities, including the school principal, to respond. Both matters will be reviewed on July 24. A shocking incident of domestic violence has rocked Rangya town in Assam where Rahul Kumar Singh, a station master at Kendukona railway station, allegedly murdered his wife Anjali Singh in front of their 2 young children on Wednesday night. The accused used a sharp weapon to brutally kill his wife inside their home in Ward Number 3, Murara area. Their children, aged 2 and 5, witnessed the horrific act and cried out for help, alerting the landlord and neighbors. By the time the police arrived, Rahul has escaped by scaling the locked gate, leaving behind a trail of blood and trauma. The police have launched a manhunt for the accused and are investigating the motive behind the murder. The body has been sent for post-mortem and statements are being recorded from the children and neighbors. A violent clash broke out on Wednesday evening at Sripuria Tiniali, Tinsukia over a liquor bottle dispute. An intoxicated youth reportedly smashed a bottle, sparking a fight with another group. 2 young men were injured in the scuffle. Police responded promptly and an investigation is underway. Locals voiced concern over rising alcohol-related disturbances and urged stronger evening patrols.
কোন কি হ'ল কিৰিটো
মদ খাই আহিছে ৰাস্তাত মদৰ বটল পেলাইছে তাৰপিছত সিহঁতি আমি ক'লো মদৰ বটলটো চাইড কৰি দিয়া এনেকৈ তহঁতি কোন হয় অকণমান মুছলিম নেকি অকণমান সেইকাৰণে দমটো বেছি দেখা আছিলে মই ক'লো মদৰ বটলটো তাৰ হাতত দি দিওঁ এইটো এতিয়া নলাত পেলাই দিয়ে ধুনীয়াকৈ তহঁতি কোন হয় ডিঙিত ধৰি ল'লে মোৰ ডিঙিত ধৰিলে তাৰপিছত মই কি কৰিম আমি আঁতৰাই দিবলৈ তাৰপিছত ই আঁতৰাই দিবলৈ লৈছিলে সি ক'লে ফোন কৰিছোঁ তেতিয়া সিহঁতৰ লগৰ মানে সিহঁতৰ প্ৰথম লগৰ ল'ৰাখিনি আহি গ'ল ন আমি মোৰ লগৰ ল'ৰাখিনি ফোন কৰোঁতে অকণমান দেৰি হ'ল তাৰপিছত সিহঁতৰ লগৰ ল'ৰাখিনি আহোঁতে তাৰপিছত সিহঁতৰ দমটো বেছি হৈ গ'ল ন কাৰণ ঢেৰ ল'ৰা হৈ গ'ল তাৰপিছত মানে মৰামৰি হ'ল আৰু তাৰপিছত আমিও মানে চেল্ফ ডিফেন্সত সহায় কৰিছোঁ নকৰা নহয় তাৰপিছত যেতিয়া মানে ইয়াত মানে আমাৰ সম্প্ৰদায়ৰ মানুহ অকণমান বেছি হৈ গ'ল ন
কোন কি হ'ল কিৰিটো
মদ খাই আহিছে ৰাস্তাত মদৰ বটল পেলাইছে তাৰপিছত সিহঁতি আমি ক'লো মদৰ বটলটো চাইড কৰি দিয়া এনেকৈ তহঁতি কোন হয় অকণমান মুছলিম নেকি অকণমান সেইকাৰণে দমটো বেছি দেখা আছিলে মই ক'লো মদৰ বটলটো তাৰ হাতত দি দিওঁ এইটো এতিয়া নলাত পেলাই দিয়ে ধুনীয়াকৈ তহঁতি কোন হয় ডিঙিত ধৰি ল'লে মোৰ ডিঙিত ধৰিলে তাৰপিছত মই কি কৰিম আমি আঁতৰাই দিবলৈ তাৰপিছত ই আঁতৰাই দিবলৈ লৈছিলে সি ক'লে ফোন কৰিছোঁ
Viewers will be back after a short break. Welcome back, viewers. You are watching Nltv English Primetime. On July 1, 2025, the Indian Army's Red Shield Division and civil officials felicitated 44 students from the Manipur Super 50 program in Bishnupur for clearing NEET and JEE 2025 exam. The initiative run with NIDO provides free coaching to underprivileged students. 37 students cleared NEET and 13 cleared JEE, with 6 qualifying both. The ceremony celebrated their achievements and highlighted the Army's commitment to education and youth empowerment in Manipur. A confirmed case of African swine fever was reported in Luaksim village, Longding district, Arunachal Pradesh. The virus was detected after a blood sample tested positive at the National Research Center on Pig in Assam. In response, authorities declared a 1-kilometer infected zone and 10-kilometer surveillance zone around the village. Movement, sale and slaughter of pigs have been banned in these areas and local pig markets have been shut. Veterinary officials urge public cooperation and launch awareness drives. Though ASF doesn't affect humans, it poses a major threat to pig farming and the rural economy. In a continued crackdown on illegal poaching, police in Laharighat have launched a series of operations targeting wildlife poachers. During operation, police arrested a poacher from Udakati village. The accused has been identified as Baharul Islam. Several wild birds along with hunting equipment used for poaching were seized from his possession. The operations are ongoing to curb the illegal trade of wildlife in the region. Manipur police have arrested Oinam Hemanjit Singh, a 50-year-old active cadre of the banned Pripak PRO outfit, from the Maitam area under Nambol police station in Bishnupur district. During the operation, police seized 1 diesel auto rickshaw and 2 mobile handsets from his possession. The arrest is part of the ongoing efforts by Manipur police to curb militant activities and maintain law and order in the region. The suspect is currently being interrogated to gather further intelligence about the group's movements and network. This operation marks another significant step in the state's counter-insurgency efforts, with authorities committed to intensifying operation against insurgent groups. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has completed 11 years in office, marking a decade of significant initiatives, structural reforms and assertive foreign policy. His tenure, which began on May 26, 2014, has been characterized by inclusive, progressive and sustainable development across India. Key achievements include transforming India into the world's 4th largest economy with a GDP of $4.2 trillion, and implementing policies like Make in India and Act East policy to boost manufacturing, foreign investment and regional engagement. The government has also prioritized social welfare with initiatives like Jan Dhan Yojana, Swachh Bharat Abhiyan and extensive infrastructure development, including the construction of over 110 million toilets and 4 crore houses under the PM Awas Yojana. The central government has announced that the monsoon session of Parliament will be held from July 21 to August 21, 2025. Ahead of the session, Union Parliamentary Affairs Minister Kiren Rijiju has convened an all-party meeting on July 19 to discuss key issues. The session will exclude sittings on August 13 and 14 due to Independence Day celebrations. This will be the first Parliament session following Operation Sindoor, launched by India in response to the Pahalgam terror attack in Jammu and Kashmir. The opposition has demanded a special session to discuss the attack and its aftermath, but the government has decided to proceed with the scheduled monsoon season. The monsoon session of Parliament has been scheduled from July 21 to August 21, 2025 after President Draupadi Murmu approved the central government's proposal. Union Minister for Parliamentary Affairs Kiren Rijiju announced that there will be no sittings on August 13 and 14 due to Independence Day celebrations. The session is significant as it follows the launch of Operation Sindoor, a response to the Pahalgam terror attack in Jammu and Kashmir that claimed 26 lives, sparking widespread public outrage and call for a special session on national security. The session comes after the budget session, which saw the passage of key legislation like the WAQF Amendment Bill and discussion on demands for grants for various ministries. Lok Sabha leader of opposition Rahul Gandhi has criticized the government for the dire situation of farmers in India, citing a report that 767 farmers in Maharashtra took their own lives in just 3 months. Gandhi alleged that the farmers are increasingly in debt due to high cost of seeds, fertilizers and diesel, coupled with a lack of guarantee on minimum support price MSP. He contrasted this with the government's handling of large cooperative loans such as Anil Ambani's Rs 48,000 crore SBI debt. Gandhi also expressed concerns over India's growing dependence on China for specialty fertilizers, with 80% of imports coming from China. Viewers will be back after a short break. Welcome back, viewers. You are watching Nltv English Primetime. Congress leader Jairam Ramesh criticized the Election Commission of India (ECI) after meeting with a delegation of 11 parties to discuss the Special Intensive Revision (SIR) of electoral rolls in Bihar. Ramesh stated that the meeting took place under pressure and accused the ECI of imposing arbitrary rules by limiting party representation of 2 members, which prevented some leaders, including himself, from attending. He expressed concern that the ECI's action weakened India's democracy and alleged that the Commission's attitude have been inconsistent with the spirit of the Constitution. The opposition party fears that the SIR may disfranchise voters, particularly the poor and marginalized, and have cautioned the timing of the exercise close to the assembly elections. Ahead of Donald Trump's July 9 tariff deadline, Indian officials extended their U.S. visit to secure a favorable interim trade deal. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar met U.S. counterpart Marco Rubio as talk hits a roadblock. The key sticking point was Trump's demand for concession in India's agricultural and dairy sectors. India refused to budge, citing the sector's importance to nearly 40% of its population. Officials argued that massive U.S. farm subsidies created an unfair playing field, making it dangerous for India to lower tariffs and risk millions of rural livelihoods.
US is not a competitive nation as far as most of the industrial goods are concerned. They are not into the medium end machinery or medium end electronics or textiles or clothing or leather. They are not present. They are either into highly subsidized agriculture goods or they are into very high-tech industries like semiconductors or some precision machinery. Rest, they are totally import dependent. So India has no threat of surge in import from the US as far as most of the industrial products are concerned. Only agriculture and dairy poses a threat. That's why Indian government is keeping these as a red line.
Indian Army Chief General Upendra Dwivedi visited Bhutan on a 4-day trip to strengthen defense ties. He met the king and former king of Bhutan, held talks with Royal Bhutan Army officials and visited Imtrat, Project Dantak and military institutions. He also reviewed Bhutan's Gyalsung National Service Program. The visit reaffirmed India's strong partnership with Bhutan. A 22-year-old woman was allegedly raped by a man posing as a courier agent in her flat in Pune's Kondwa area on Wednesday evening. The accused entered the woman's flat under the pretext of delivering a bank envelope and assaulted her when she went to get the pin. The woman lost consciousness during the assault and remained unconscious for several hours. Authorities are investigating whether the attacker sprayed any chemical on her. After the rape, the accused took a selfie on the woman's phone, warning that he would return. Pune police have formed 10 teams to trace and apprehend the accused, analyzing CCTV footage and digital footprints.
फ्लैट का दरवाजा पुलिस स्टेशन में भारतीय न्याय संहिता सेक्शन 6477 के तहत एफआईआर दर्ज किया गया है। कल रात 7:30 के दरमियान कोंडवा पुलिस स्टेशन के हाथ में एक सोसाइटी में निर्भया रहती थी। एक डिलीवरी बॉय आया और उन्होंने कहा कि आपका बैंक का एनवलप आया है और कृपया मुझे रिसीट दीजिए, मेरे पास पेन नहीं है। तो निर्भया अपने फ्लैट के अंदर पेन लाने गई। उसी दौरान आरोपी ने फ्लैट का दरवाजा बंद कर दिया और निर्भया के ऊपर अत्याचार किया। ये घटना जैसे ही पुलिस स्टेशन को रिपोर्ट हो गई, तुरंत घटनास्थल का पुलिस ने पंचनामा किया। वहां पे इन्वेस्टिगेशन कार बुलाई गई, फोरेंसिक एक्सपर्ट्स बुलाए गए और निर्भया का मेडिकल प्रोग्रेस में है।
ओके।
के दरमियान आरोपी ने निर्भया की मोबाइल पे एक फोटो और एक मैसेज छोड़ा है, जिसमें उन्होंने लिखा है कि अगर ये बात आप किसी को लीक करोगी तो मैं ये फोटो वायरल करूंगा। ऐसा मैसेज निर्भया की मोबाइल में इन्वेस्टिगेशन के दरमियान पुलिस मशीनरी को मिला है।
वो महिला अकेले रहती थी?
फ्लैट पे महिला अपने सगे भाई के साथ रहती थी। सगा भाई पुणे में एजुकेशन ले रहा है, लेकिन पिछले कुछ दिनों से वो अपने गांव छुट्टियों के लिए गया था और कल जब घटना हुई तब निर्भया फ्लैट में अकेली थी।
सर, उसने कुछ धमकाया भी है कि वो वापस आएगा और कुछ बताएगा?
मैसेज में उन्होंने लिखा है कि अगर ये बात आप किसी को लीक करोगी तो मैं फोटो वायरल करूंगा और मैं दोबारा आऊँगा।
डिलीवरी बॉय का भी प्रश्न उपस्थित हुआ है, इस पर आप क्या करेंगे रिएक्शन?
जितने भी डिलीवरी बॉय जो है उनका सोसाइटी में रजिस्ट्रेशन होना चाहिए। कब अंदर गए, कब बाहर गए, वहाँ के जितने भी एंट्रेंस एग्जिट्स है वहाँ पे सीसीटीवी फुटेज वगैरह कंपलसरी हर सोसाइटी में महिलाओं की सुरक्षा देखते हुए होने चाहिए। हम रेगुलरली सभी सोसाइटीज़ की चेयरमैन्स, उनके सेक्रेटरीज की मीटिंग्स वगैरह लेते रहते हैं। हम ये घटना के बाद दोबारा इसमें सभी को रिटर्न में इंस्ट्रक्शंस दे देंगे।
कुछ स्प्रे मारने की भी बात आई है सर, क्या है?
इसमें हमने निर्भया से पूछताछ के दरमियान निर्भया ने बताया कि जैसे ही 7:30 बजे वो डिलीवरी बॉय अंदर आया, मैं अनकॉन्शियस थी।
Viewers will be back after a short break. Welcome back, viewers. You are watching Nltv English Primetime. 18 Bangladeshi nationals, including 7 women and 6 children, were apprehended near Panchsheel flyover in South Delhi for living illegally in India. Police said they had reportedly been residing in the city for 5 to 6 years and were engaged in formal jobs like rag picking and daily wage labor. All were sent to a detention center and deportation proceedings have been via FRRO. The crackdown on illegal foreign nationals in Delhi has been ongoing since November last year.
साउथ डिस्ट्रिक्ट की एटीएस टीम ने पिछले कुछ दिनों में टोटल 18 बांग्लादेशी को पकड़ा है, जिसमें 5 मेल हैं, 7 फीमेल हैं और 6 बच्चे हैं। इनको ज़्यादातर लोगों को हमने पंचशील फ्लाईओवर हौज खास के पास से पकड़ा है और ये लोग सारे 5-6 साल से करीब बांग्लादेश से इलीगल रास्ते से भारत में प्रवेश किए थे और यहाँ दिल्ली में रह रहे थे। तो इनको आइडेंटिफाई करके इनके डॉक्यूमेंट्स के बेसिस पे इस्टेब्लिश किया गया कि ये बांग्लादेशी सिटीजन्स हैं और इनको जो आगे लीगल कार्रवाई होती है डिपोर्टेशन की एफआरआरओ के थ्रू।
Liverpool and Portugal forward Diogo Jota, 28, and his brother Andres Silva, 26, tragically died in a car accident in Zamora, Spain on July 3, 2025. The brothers were traveling in a Lamborghini that suffered a tire blowout while overtaking another vehicle on A52 highway, causing the car to veer off the road and crash and burst into flames. The emergency services responded quickly, but both men were pronounced dead at the scene. Jota had recently married his longtime partner Ruth Cardoso on June 22, 2025, and the couple shared 3 young children. The Portuguese Football Federation and Liverpool FC have paid tribute to Jota, describing him as an extraordinary person. This is all for Nltv English Primetime. For more news and updates, keep watching Nltv.